Here's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Green Bay Packers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you...
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Budda Baker with a pick. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
On the top. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go, still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Well, this defense for the Packers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield, but all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. On is the Chargers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
73 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
On first down, right back to Hall. Down inside the 40. The Packers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
Here's Hall again.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. They'll send the tight end in motion left. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Here we go, here we go. Look, 52. 52 blaster. Blue.
They'll look to throw here. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
On second down, here's Barkley.
And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert.
Well, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jair Alexander.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the... There's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
Let's go now. Hey, move.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
They find some open field here. Touchdown, Packers! And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Barkley. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Finds Pickens out right. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
What?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10.
Right, 97. Classic, 6.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
This pass out wide to Hall.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Right, 60. Black shot. Please, go. Slide 2. Quad red. 33 rail. Cut.
Now back to throw. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
Let's go.
Kenneth Murray came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30.
So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return.
And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. A first down carry for Barkley. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll go to Barkley again. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up.
This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack.
Herbert got an open man. It's Josh Palmer.
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line.
Rashawn Slater, first-round pick in 2021, guilty there.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. Here's 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Out of the gun, Herbert. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. Hall.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. They'll send a receiver here in motion right.
Double 38. Smash, red. Yellow.
They'll look to throw.
That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he whips that one incomplete there. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
10 cycles. Hey, confused. Hurry, hurry.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
This to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact, but he couldn't hang on. 4th down.
Here's Pat O'Donnell on now to punt it away. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Herbert. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers will have solid field position here as they take over at the 45-yard line. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. We have 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
Let's go.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll set up to throw.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
6, 7. Yellow, blue. White.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
We know he has a lot of confidence in his arm and likes to force it downfield, but the coverage was tight there. Fortunate it wasn't picked off.
Here we go. Back.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Blue striking. Ready?
Back to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
52 blaster. Ram, sniper. Yo, blue.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete.
Hustle, hustle. Blaster, stick. Black shot. Black two.
Back to throw again. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
And that's why defenders are often frustrated offensive guys. Actually made the catch, looked good doing it, but couldn't get his feet down in order to finish off the takeaway.
And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it down. And he's able to get this all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think the coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
140 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Hey, move.
Back to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll send a receiver in motion left. He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Throw right side, going to be complete to DeGuara.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 24. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Quay Walker. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll set up a throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
I think this is where you have to have the term situational football in your head because this game is pretty much in the palm of your hand, and the one thing you can't afford to do, turn the ball over. Now you've given the patient a little bit of a heartbeat, haven't you? And now they're feeling it and they're back in this game.
Yeah, still a little bit of a lead, but that makes things more interesting. We're still just in the 3rd quarter here. Santos with the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Trouble, 38. Ready?
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35.
Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Let's go.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left.
Ready.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
To about the 40-yard line.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. And he's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down.
Sebastian Joseph Day breaking through for the sack.
And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Out of the gun now on third down. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
Well, number one on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the third, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he is going to have the Chargers first down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert. His throw incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Here's Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th.
Even keeping the back end for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. And as you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really... And now here is another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him. Right? Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the 3rd time. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Well, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Chargers on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Williams. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Now they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert rolling to his right. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Finding Williams once more, complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Herbert throwing again. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
If you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big for...
Oh, what a juke into space! And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 37 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long. would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Here's 2nd and 8. Catch made by Watson on the out route. Touchdown! Christian Watson. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. That is caught. It's Williams. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
The pitch goes to Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
That's a big letdown defensively. They had him stop behind the line, but the face mask going to bail the offense out.
And the hand does not have to be up there for too long. Just a little bit of a grab is going to be enough to get the call and the 15 yards against them.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Herbert. And my goodness, another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is salted away. Fumbles on the return. Atlanta gets it back, drives down, kicks the game-winning field.
And a little bit of a consolation prize there. He's into the end zone. Won't win him the game, but they do get the score with all zeros showing.
But some fantasy players are really happy with that score.
Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. One last throw here for Herbert. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome. And this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for two. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that two-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball have some pride, too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for Green Bay...